we talk about the soul of Uttar Pradesh, we often find it in its food. From the narrow lanes of Lucknow to the royal kitchens of Rampur, Uttar Pradesh's culinary map is, needless to say, world famous. And to celebrate this heritage, the state government has launched the One District, One Cuisine (ODOC) initiative, identifying 208 dishes across 75 districts. The goal is noble: to boost local economies, encourage new entrepreneurs, and take local flavors to the global stage with a 25% subsidy for businesses. However, a closer look at this list of over 200 dishes has sparked a massive debate. Out of the 208 items selected, not a single dish is non-vegetarian. The list is filled with sweets like petha and peda, snacks like samosas and chaat, and various dairy-based staples. While these are undoubtedly iconic, the complete absence of UP's legendary meat-based heritage has raised eyebrows across various sectors. Lucknow is known globally for its galauti and tunde kebabs. Awadhi biryani and nihari are synonymous with the state's food culture. Rampur's mutton kormas and Bareilly's unique meat preparations are part of the very fabric of North Indian cuisine. Yet, none of these found a place in the official selection, and critics are now asking if this list provides a biased or incomplete picture of the state's rich, diverse history. In response, MSME Minister Rakesh Sachan has clarified that the omission was not intentional. He maintains that the list was compiled based on recommendations from district committees and surveys. He also stressed that the list is flexible and can be revised in the future if there is public demand or further recommendations. But the government's primary focus, they say, is on items that can be easily packaged, sold, and benefit a larger population through industrial scale. But the question remains, can any list truly represent the heart of Uttar Pradesh if it leaves out the very dishes that travelers from across the world come to taste? To decode where is the meat in Uttar Pradesh, Sharad Pradhan, author and senior journalist, with us on the broadcast. Sir, can Uttar Pradesh honestly present its culinary identity to the world whilst excluding some of those very delicious non-veg staples, the very dishes that made Awadhi cuisine globally famous? Can Uttar Pradesh's food identity ever be complete without some of those dishes? I'm talking about the Muradabadi biryani and the tunde kebab, just to begin with.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. There's no way that Lucknow's cuisine and UP's cuisine go without anything non-vegetarian. And the tragedy is that it is not the UP, it's not UP, it is the UP government which doesn't want it, for a very simple reason, because they have a strong prejudice and they have a dislike for Muslims. And Muslims, they identify non-vegetarian food with Muslim, when the fact of the matter is that majority of the meat eaters in UP are Hindus. Let me tell you one thing very important. In a place like Lucknow, we have a press club here, UP Press Club, which is like a non-vegetarian hub of Lucknow, other than the one in the old city where the original tunde kebab happens to be.
In there.
Do you know they remain shut on their own during Navratri? So one day I went to the press club and I asked the chap, why is this place shut? All the joints are closed. They said, sir, about Navratri. I said, what do you have to? And they're all Muslims who are running the shops. They said, no, because our customers are majority of them are Hindus. That is the tradition.
Yeah.
And Tuesdays you will find it difficult to get these shops open. And will they do it on their own?
So, Mr. Pradhan, when the government says that this omission was quote unquote not intentional, the list is flexible, with 208 dishes and 0 meat items, does that explanation sound credible to you?
Not at all, not at all. It's an alibi, and that's about all I can say. And let me tell you, Yogi Adityanath has done it a couple of times, banned sale of meat and non-vegetarian items. He's already done it in a number of religious places, including Ayodhya, where it was sold earlier. So he made it like well, fair enough. If you don't want it there, fair enough. But when he took over in March 2017, the first thing he did was, which was a very good step, to shut down all illegal slaughterhouses. There were many slaughterhouses. And in an interview with him, I wrote a book on him, which is published by Penguin. So I was interviewing him for that book. And I asked him that you have done a very good thing by banning illegal. But do you know that anything illegal, and particularly slaughterhouses, cannot run without the connivance and participation of the government agencies, including the police, the municipal corporation, and the pollution board? He said yes. So I said, what action have you taken against them? because it is with their patronage that illegal slaughterhouse is run. He said, okay, we'll take some action against them also. I said, well, jokingly, I said, well, you have hit the poor sellers
Yeah.
and people like me who eat.
I was just going to come to the livelihoods from kebab makers to the biryani vendors. Thousands, like you suggested, depend on UP's non-veg food economy. This exclusion is eventually going to hurt livelihoods and, needless to say, culinary tourism.
I think that is the intention, because he pointedly told me. He said, "Why do you eat?" And when I just mentioned that, I said, "Well, I like it, and a lot of people like it. That is why they eat it, and people should be allowed to eat what they like." So he was not amused at all. So he has done it in the past also. You've seen during this Kavad Yatras, people were told to display the names of the owners and employees on boards so that people could know, and complete ban on non-veg sale of non-vegetarian food all along the Kavadia route. I personally feel that a lot of people believe this, that the idea behind this is to cripple the Muslim, because meat sellers are
to other the Muslim. There's a major apartheid vibe to it. For a mango seller to put his name out there, Muhammad ki dukaan se mat kharidiye, aap beshak Ramesh ki dukaan se kharidiye.
Exactly.
That essentially is the othering, which in 2026, in today's time, has no space. This is clear-cut culinary exclusion. This is not culinary promotion, because, let's look at this practically, Mr. Pradhan. If a foreign tourist lands up in Lucknow, of course, after visiting the Taj Mahal in Agra, and great non-vegetarian items in Agra as well.
Which also doesn't find, Taj Mahal incidentally doesn't find space in their list of tourist spots.
Yeah, that too. So after the Taj Mahal, after the Golden Triangle, you come to Lucknow, you're not looking for revdi and chaat. There, of course, you start your day with bun maska. In the middle of the day, you eat the khasta kachori. You can have the samosas in the evening. But then a biryani, light, rich in flavor in the night time before your dairy-based desserts, and that's the Lucknowi andaz, the Lucknowi culture, and that is being minimized. That's the entire problem.
The kakori kebabs and the galavti kebabs of Tunde is the world famous kebabs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't find place there. It only shows the mindset that they have. Its idea is anti-Muslim. I personally feel
so. The idea is anti-Muslim. A lot of Hindu eaters, just like your example about the press club and the eateries around it. It seems to be that the ideas of othering, it should have no place. This is culinary exclusion. And one last question about the one district, one cuisine. For it to succeed globally, where a lot of people come from, across the world to try out the tunda kebab, just like you pointed out, if it ignores the dishes that already have international recall value, are we really succeeding in this one district, one cuisine at all?
No, certainly not. The problem is that the chief minister believes that what he thinks is right, and that is actually happening on ground, which is, and there are enough of sycophants around him who make him feel that what he believes, and he's told whatever he likes to hear.
Yeah, and maybe then behind doors they're probably eating biryanis behind the closed door. So clearly, this is not just a food story. This is identity politics through the cuisine. Somebody on social media put out, they called it the saffron stir fry. And, everybody's having a field day with those words. The UP government says that the OC is an economic branding exercise. It's not a cultural census. But the real debate is, can you define UP's food culture whilst deleting half of its culinary and very tasty and delicious memory? I think we're going to leave it at that. Sharat Pradhan, author and senior journalist with us on the broadcast.